Alright, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at two things. We're going to be looking at creating IEDs on a trigger and creating ambushes on a trigger. For the purpose of this tutorial, both of them are going to be on the same trigger. That doesn't have to be the case. You can do either an IED or an ambush or both of them at the same time. So by the time we are done with this video today, you're going to know basically what all the stuff you're seeing on my screen here is. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove all the stuff on my screen here. And I've pre-designated this area as the ambush area. What we're going to do is this ridgeline right here, we're going to have AI behind it, and they're going to be down in stealth. And when they hit, or when the good guys, when the blue force hit the trigger, which is going to make the IED explode, these guys are going to get up from stealth and they're going to charge in and ambush a convoy. So let's get started. We will, oh man, can't speak. First thing we'll do is the ambush, and the second thing we'll do is the trigger. Or the IED. Nope, fuck that. First thing we're going to do is the IED, and the second thing we're going to do is the ambush. So we're going to do a little bit of scripting with the IED. It's just two really easy things. The majority of it's going to be on the trigger, and then the rest of it's going to be on the IED itself. The only thing that's actually going to be on the IED is a name. So first thing, always put your player down, because we're going to be popping into game to make sure everything works. So men, and it automatically makes the first guy the player. Now, we can make any object in the game the IED. So, go to empty, and it's your call what you want to make the IED. You can go through objects, and there's all sorts of objects. You can make it really obvious IED, and you can also make it invisible. There are a lot of invisible objects, I think, under objects training. Yep, there are invisible objects. So, let's start by making it something kind of obvious. I think it's under Object Small, and we'll make it this plastic canister. And we're going to name the plastic canister IED. Can't talk and type at the same time. So now it's sitting there in the middle of the road, plastic canister, it's called IED. Next part, pretty simple. We're going to make a trigger. It's going to be activated by blue 4 once. And on activation, this is where the actual script part is going to go. And of course I have to tab out and copy this because, well, you'll see why. And it goes here. So we have bomb equals, and then the type of bomb that you're going to have. createVehicle and getPos IED. Now, where it says getPos IED, what this means is get the position of the object you named IED, and then it's going to create the bomb. I guess it sort of goes backwards. So it gets the position of the IED, it creates the bomb, and this is the type of bomb that it creates. This is an 82mm AT-LG. I don't know what the LG is, but basically this particular bomb will take all the tires off of an MRAP, but it won't completely destroy the MRAP. I messed around with it for a while, and I got the post from a guy on the BIS forums, and he said, you know, this is the one that works the best, and he was right. And I will put the link to that post in the video description. And then after that, delete vehicle IED. Because once it explodes, it doesn't always delete the object. Delete vehicle, all that means is delete the object that's named IED, which is this plastic canister. And okay, and that's a little bit big of a trigger. So let's bump it down to 10 by 10. Let's even do 10 by 5. And we'll have it just running across the road. So now what's going to happen is when any blue 4 hits this trigger, the plastic canister that's named IED is going to explode. So let's check it out. And by check it out, I mean let's go kill ourselves. Alright, there's a plastic canister. Like I said, it's pretty damn obvious. And here we go. And it works. Alright. Now, it's going to kill someone on foot, but the idea is to have this hit a convoy. So let's try it again in an actual vehicle and see what it does to the vehicle. Down empty cars. It defaults. And let's check it out again. And it actually didn't take out any of my tires, so I would be able to push through the IED. But as you can see in the top left, it did severely damage my vehicle as far as the engine and the wheel. So the IED is working. That's it, guys. That's how you make an IED in ArmA. It's really simple. In the post that I was talking about earlier, you'll have a list of a lot of different explosives you can use, from small ones to big ones. So say we want to daisy chain this IED. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy, paste the bombs, but then we're going to have to rename them IED2 and IED3. Watch what happens if I try to name it IED2. It'll say it's already used. So IED3. And now we're going to go into the trigger and say we want all of these IEDs to explode when that first trigger is hit. So say there's a vehicle convoy and you want all the IEDs to go off. So what you do is you just copy the script and paste it twice. And then you go to the next part and say IED2, and then the next part say IED3, IED3. And of course you can name the IEDs anything you want. So now, when I hit this trigger, it's going to explode all 3 IEDs. And yep, you can see them back behind us. So let's roll over and look backwards. And it works. I don't know what that other explosion was, but okay. And next we will work on the ambush. So what we're going to do is, once this IED explodes, we're going to have a squad worth of guys pop up over this ridgeline right here and rush down and ambush the road. So delete that guy, put a red 4 guy down. And this is actually kind of easy. We'll put one team down. Red fire team. And then we're gonna give it its waypoints, and then we're gonna copy the whole team along with its waypoints and paste it twice. And the first waypoint we're gonna give them is gonna be right in front of them, and it's going to be a hold fire, never fire rather, never fire. Formation is gonna be a line. Speed doesn't matter. Behavior, however, is gonna be stealth. So what this is gonna do is, as soon as they spawn, they're going to lay down in a line facing towards the road. So, and they'll never move because we don't have another waypoint for them yet. So let's check that out, and you can see how that waypoint works. There you go. They're just going to lay there, and they shouldn't move no matter what. So now we're going to make the second waypoint down towards the ambush site, and it's just going to be a move waypoint, but you're going to change the combat mode. Open fire, engage at will, Formation, no change. Speed, you want full speed. Behavior, you don't want to put them in combat. You want to put them in aware. If you put them in combat, they won't rush fast enough. They'll start bounding immediately. And then, as you know from my waypoints and triggers tutorial, you sync, go to your sync mode, and sync the trigger to that first waypoint, the stealth waypoint. So now, the unit will start, they'll go into a line, they'll hit the ground, and they'll stay there, they won't fire, until this trigger is hit. Once this trigger is hit, they're going to all get up and rush up to the road. And as I said, now you shift click the team leader, and that'll select the team leader and everything attached to him. I'm going to copy him, paste, and paste. You see what that did? It put the waypoints down already. So all I have to do is fine tune the waypoints and sync those initial waypoints to the trigger. And you can fine tune where you want the teams to be. Now let's check that out and make sure that they're all moving to that initial waypoint and not running up to the road immediately. Okay, they moved around a little bit, but it looks like they're all set in their stealth, and they're not going to move any more than that. So, now we have to make sure that when that trigger is hit, they all actually move. So we're going to create a friendly vehicle. And have them drive over it. So we will put blue 4 cars, and we'll give them a fighting chance. We'll give them a machine gun. Oh, and they changed the machine gun sound effect, so if he actually fires it, it's really cool. It sounds really cool now. And we'll give him a waypoint just to the other side of the road. And actually, we're going to move him back a bit because we want to give the AI time to get set in their stealth positions. So now what we should see is as soon as the mission starts, these 3 teams get down and they go stealth. And I guess they're going to move around a little bit, but they should stay roughly in those positions. This vehicle is going to drive down and he's going to hit that trigger, which is going to, 1, cause the IEDs, the IED chain to pop, and 2, going to cause the ambush to start. So, let's see what that looks from these guys' end. Alright, we hear the truck. You can even see the IED. I think that's the front one down there, so that should be the trigger. Popped his tires. The crew got out.
75 meters.
I don't care who you are. That shit is scary. Did you get all the crew? Or did they get all the crew? It looks like they did. Yep. 1 and 2. Now, let's see what that looks like from the good guy's perspective. So I'll delete my guy. I'll give myself, oops, I have waypoint selected. Let's make this player as driver. Okay. And I'm just going to follow this lead vehicle in, and we'll see what happens.
Front. 4.
Can't get back in the truck. Don't know why. Fucking toast. So, that is how you create IEDs in an ambush. Wow. And last thing I'll show you is I'll show you how to make the IEDs invisible. So instead of having them as the plastic canisters, we're going to go to objects training, there we go, and we're going to make them invisible targets. So we'll make them all invisible target red. Target red. Alright, now I made the first two, or the last two, the invisible ones, and I'll leave the first one as the canister. I'll go ahead and delete these guys over here. I'll make myself an Op4 guy again. And we'll start down here so we can see easily. So now you can see the one The other two are invisible. Or are they? I never noticed this before. Looks like there's actually a graphic right here. But you're not going to be able to see that. Looks like a muzzle flash. You're not going to be able to see that driving down the road. You can barely even see it while moving and walking down the road. And that concludes today's tutorial. You can set up ambushes from anywhere. You can set up the IEDs anywhere. Use it at your discretion. Learn it and make some cool missions. As usual, thanks for watching.
Frag just
He's
landed,
right there.
LT. On the right of that fucking... That's what it sounds like it's coming from.
One down. It's right
Wait.
there. Wait for it to get
Wait.
Wait for it to get closer.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
Get a
it to
really
stop.
good shot
Alright,
on it.
shut out, shut out.
Jesus!
Fuck it out!
Knock, knock, America, motherfucker.
Oh, good fucking spot.